Hello, good afternoon and welcome back to Agen for the second game of this year's Kentish Cup. I'm Kath Brazier and BFBS are delighted to be bringing you live coverage as the UK Armed Forces men's football side take on the Dutch forces. Following a 1-1 draw against the French, the mission for the UK team tonight is to score, score and score some more. Let's look back at that enthralling battle from Monday night.
Taken short, Gosling. Oh, no, it's, well, somehow that stayed out. A real chance then for Jake Gosling on the break, and look how quick he is. He's really moving quickly. Jake Gosling, this is a fantastic move from him. Takes the shot.
Yes, they're going to go.
Oh, and it's going to the net. No, it's been stopped. Going to go left or right. It goes that way, and that's a fabulous save again from the goalkeeper. And it is in the net, and the French have got the goal. Well, UCAF just took their eye off the ball just for a few moments. Real chase on then. And can he keep that ball in play? Yes, he can. Great work then.
Great one from Joe Spalding.
And that's in the net! It's a goal for UCAF.
Great goal.
Oh, and it's an equaliser, and guess who scored it? It's Jake Gosling. That was brilliant on the edge of the box.
It may seem like a simple equation. The more goals that the UK can score, the harder it'll be for the French to match or beat it on Friday night. But let's not write off the Dutch. They are, of course, here to stop any of that. Earlier, I spoke to both camps.
My name is Major Christian Bakhuizen, and my role is I'm the team manager.
You had the advantage on Monday night seeing the two players, the two teams that you're going to face play each other. Yeah. What was your takeaway from that, and what will the Dutch forces be doing to play those two sides?
Yes, we've seen that the French team didn't play the game they wanted. They also told me, and that's what we saw. They got also very excited in the game, very much of energy. So that we have learned about it, that we have to play our own game, let the ball go around and do our best and come to scoring chances.
And I think you were on commentary and you said that you and John both agreed that the UK probably didn't make enough of the chances that they had. So you'll be looking to capitalise that against them tonight.
Yeah, for sure. In the beginning, they had a really lot of chances. So they could have made more goals and make a distance in the scoring. And they didn't do that, so the French could get into the game. And at the end, they were had the most chances to win. So we have to keep them from scoring, the English, and do our best to score ourselves.
And finally, the French are obviously defending champions. Before that, the UK team had won 4 times in a row. It's been a while since there's been a Dutch win. Do you think this is your year?
We're just going to do our best, and you never know. We are the underdog team, but it doesn't make a difference. We come here to win.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Corporal Darrell White, UK Armed Forces head coach.
I know it seems like a sort of simple mission. People go on, the whole idea of playing football is to score goals. But when that is the mindset, and you know that's what you kind of need tonight, how difficult is it to actually enact that?
So for us, it's about just playing our game. So we looked at all the footage from the French. We had 13 chances. So actually, we can't have the same game where we miss that many chances. So we just told the lads, don't worry about scoring. Go and win the game, and then the goals will take care of itself.
Christian's just said now that he thinks the Dutch force is the underdog, whether or not they're playing that underdog card as well. But there's absolutely no way that you or the French will be, complacent about this match at all.
No, it's international football, so it's the very best from all 3 countries of their services. So, they are the very best players. So, no, I'm not taking them lightly.
I know that all 18 players, including those on the bench, are integral to this team, but the change you have made is Joe Spalding is starting. Was that because of his standout performance the other night?
Yeah, so Joe's coming for Sean Powell. So again, Sean was fantastic, but again, he can do something off the bench as well, like Joe did, and obviously Sean Thompson's gone, so we've got Kieran Feeney starting as well.
And just finally, how did the team and the staff react to Monday night? Because it was a fantastic game, but like you said, you missed your chances. And this is only 48 hours later. Is it like fresh sheet of paper now?
No, we're taking that performance on because they got to be proud of that. The performance they put out there against a good French side was unbelievable. So again, the only thing that was missing was taking those chances. Again, we let them in many times. So again, we want to control the game a little bit more. But no, same as Monday, but better.
Great, thank you, Ginge.
Cheers, thank you.
Here it is, the Kentish Cup, what this tournament is all about. And tonight's match is crucial for the UK. Let's hope they can finish it off in style. Your commentator is John Knighton.
Well, thanks very much indeed, Kath, and welcome back to the Philippe Sella Sports Complex here in Agen for UCAF. As they take on the Dutch forces, and hoping very much. Okay, I think we're back live. Sorry about the slight technical glitch there. Slight technical glitch at the beginning there. I can't begin to tell you the sort of deluge that we've been facing here today here at the Philippe Sella Sports Complex in Agen for UCAF's second match here in the Kentish Cup. It has rained incessantly, really, from the moment that we arrived here. Luckily, as you would have seen with Kath doing all her interviews, the pre-match interviews, that actually we had a break for sunshine, but we are expecting rain during the game, which will make it a great leveller, I'm sure. Well, it's the 4G pitch here, of course, of them as they meet the Dutch side in this for their opening encounter of the Kentish Cup. Now, if you were with us on Monday, you'd have seen a very, very fiery and a very interesting encounter against the French. Some great football played, military team. Frankly, it could have been 5-5, although Ginge White, who I was talking to before the game, said we had 13 shots in the game. They certainly did, a few more than the French, but the French, of course, had a couple of goals disallowed as well for offside. But it ended as a 1-1 draw. So UCAF know that they need to win this game against the Dutch tonight and to score as many goals as they possibly can. But it won't, I repeat from talking to Gingy, it won't be a sort of go for a goal after goal after goal. They're going to play very much the way they played against the French on Monday because they know that they've got the football skills to beat the Dutch side here. Don't know too much, of course, about the Dutch players. All we do know is that around 10 of their lineup are actually newcomers to the Kentish Cup. I'll run through the two teams very, very shortly. It's not going to be easy for either team this evening. We do have a bit of a wind blowing across the pitch here, and it's also looks like it's going to rain again, which is unfortunate, but as I say, a great leveller. This is the second match, of course, of the Kentish Cup, and on Friday the Dutch and the French will meet each other. So that's why it's so important, really, for the goals to fly into the back of the net, if possible, tonight for UCAF. And of course, we've already seen the sort of damage that the likes of Jake Gosling can do, who is such a proven goal scorer. Would like to say, wherever you're watching this evening, we would love to hear from you, to find out where you are indeed joining us from tonight for our live coverage here and in Ajan. So let's go through the two teams, shall we? We'll start with the Dutch team, and I'd just first of all like to apologise to any viewers who are watching over in Holland for my Dutch pronunciation. It's at times like this when I really could do with the help of an old friend of mine who used to work for BFBS many years ago, Dave Windsor, who spoke fluent Dutch, but unfortunately Dave's not available to be here with us tonight. But for them in goal, they start off with their keeper, Sergeant Tien Kraak. He's one of the newcomers. He's a sergeant in the Dutch Army, and so he's a newcomer to this competition. Then we have Bob Leemans will be wearing number 2. Number 4 is Mark Hardach. Mark Hogles is going to be wearing number 5 at the central defence, with Cornel Balak, Vincent Hustrash, Simon de Laat, Jaran Borgstein, Dylan Paperkamp. Now, Paperkamp is another newcomer to the lineup as well in the Dutch side tonight. Not played in the Kentish Cup before, so he's going to be in for an interesting one. De Laat, of course, did score a goal against the UCAF team when they met in the competition last year. And then we have R.A. Ulsian, he's wearing number 17, and number 20 is Job Kuipers. How did I do there on the pronunciation? Hopefully not too bad. But we also have quite a few on the bench as well, and that includes their substitute goalkeeper, Jelin Heesen. He's also a newcomer to this, as is Jurden Sneer, wearing number 15, Jor Vliek, wearing number 8, and the number 3, Rens Viggers. So those are the Dutch side. Let's have a look at the UCAF team. And Darryl White has just had to make the one enforced change to his team. Unfortunately, Sean Thompson has had to return to the UK. He suffered a family bereavement, and we wish Sean all the very best and his family. So Joe Spalding, who came on and really made a game-changing contribution in the second half of the match against the French on Monday. He comes in to replace him wearing number 18 shirt. And then let's just sort of look through the whole team, as we've already obviously seen them before. Really the same team, apart from Spalding's introduction, of course, and he made, as I say, such a difference. Christian Pollitt-Brigg is in goal, of course, had a brilliant game against the French on Monday night, made a brilliant performance. Brodie Gray and Phil Bright at the back, attacking full-backs as we saw them in very much an exciting way in the game on the Monday night. Mark Drysdale, absolute solid at the back, the corporal, of course, centre back, alongside Jack Wright as well, who had a magnificent game, I thought, for the UK team on Monday night. Then going into the midfield, we've got Elliot Holmes with Jake Gosling, of course. No need to say anything about Jake. He's going to be a major player in tonight's match, obviously. Danny Kerr, who was at the centre of everything, obviously the captain for UCAF, with Sean Powell, Joe Spalding, and Owen James as well keeps his place, of course, the young striker as well. And wouldn't it be good to see him get on the score sheet tonight for the UCAF team? On the bench for them, Craig Stevenson, Rhys Thomas. We've got Jordan Brooks as well. Jordan Brooks as well. Liam Smith and Kieran Feeney as well is brought into the players who will come on to play tonight. So that's the two lineups. As you can see, they're both coming out onto the pitch now to have the national anthem. We did invite a co-commentator to join us from the French forces, but they're unable to join us this evening, but I am hoping that we may get a rival from Craig Stevenson, obviously who's the reserve team goalkeeper here tonight, to come and join us, and also maybe a bit later on also team manager Hells Richardson as well, to come and join us as well, to give us an insight really into how things are going from the bench on that far side of the field. But very shortly it's time for the national anthems.
En commençant par l'hymne du Royaume-Uni. Et donc maintenant l'hymne du Pays-Bas. Nederland. On peut applaudir les deux équipes. Maintenant, on va effectuer le toss avec les arbitres et les photos officielles avec les enfants et les équipes.
So the two sets of players then are just being introduced to each other. They won't need any introductions, of course. They know exactly what's at stake here. For the Dutch, this is their first introduction to this season's Kentish Cup, and for the UCAF players, they also know what's required. They need to win and they need to score as many goals as they possibly can. But as I said, Darryl White, Ginge White, not going to change the philosophy of his team this evening. They're going to play roughly the same sort of game that they played against the French, and they know that they can play good football on this 4G pitch. A very good evening wherever you're watching this evening. Diffan Pearce is watching with us tonight. Good evening to you, Diffan. Andrew Brandon, come on UCAF, and Diffan says come on UCAF as well. And Brian Spalding says good luck to UCAF. Well, I'm sure, Brian, you're going to be really shouting for Joe, who had such an impact in the second half of the game on Monday night, creating that equaliser, which was brilliantly put away, of course, by Jake Gosling. He only needed half a chance, but I don't think I'm going to forget that charge for the line that Joe Mole made to get that ball. It looked like a lost cause to me, but he actually chased on it and managed to get the ball across. Jake the rest, 1-1. And as we said, 13 attempts on goal that UCAF had during the game on Monday, but only managed to put one of them away. They need to put a few more of those away tonight, because obviously the French team are going to be watching, and they're going to be keeping a very close eye on how the match develops this evening, because they'll know exactly what they have to do once this game is over, whether it's a UCAF win, which obviously we're hoping for here watching on Forces News, or if the Dutch can win. A draw really is no use to either of these teams. They'll know that they want to have the extra, put the 3 points in the bag, certainly for UCAF's point of view as well. Remember last season they didn't actually lose a game in the Kentish Cup. They were unfortunate to basically to not score quite as many goals. They lost on goal difference to the French team in the end, who managed to bag a few more goals in the back of the net than the Dutch did. But I think we're going to be ready very, very shortly for the game to take place. This evening is being refereed by Frenchman, Mr. Canard, with Don Frisian, who obviously refereed the game on Monday for the UCAF against the French. And Flight Lieutenant Martin Mitchell as well is also going to be the assistant, his other assistant referee. So that's the way it's looking. And we are hoping we're going to see as entertaining a match, of course, as we saw on Monday night. But the conditions are a bit different. We've got a bit of a strong wind blowing. It's blowing from sort of right to left, really, as you're looking across this pitch here. And we can see that UCAF are going to be kicking in this first half, playing from right to left, wearing their white shirts and blue shorts this evening. They were wearing an all-red strip, of course, on Monday against the French, but they're in their white, blue with their red socks and ready to go. And as we see, Joe Spalding is sort of the closest man to us at the moment, ready to go. I know he was suffering from a bit of a knee injury, which probably was why he was on the bench to start with, but he is starting tonight, and that's really good news for all fans of the UCAF team. So I think we're just about ready to go, aren't we? The referee seems to think so. So let's see how things develop then in this really important Kentish Cup game, the second game for UCAF, the opening match for the Dutch side. The referee just making his final checks. And away we go for the second match then in this Kentish Cup competition. UCAF playing from right to left, as I say, and early doors getting a touch on the ball. Here's Phil Bright, attacking fullback, trying to get the ball through, but the Dutch doing well to clear this one away. And straight away the Dutch putting UCAF under a bit of pressure, but well dealt with by Jack Wright. Puts the ball out of play in the end for a throw-in. Leemans. He'll have it again. A lot of talent in this Dutch side, of course, but also a lot of talent in the UCAF team. Jake Gosling gets his first touch of the game. Nicely played out wide onto the right-hand side by Owen James. And a chance then for Brodie Gray to break on that right-hand side of the field. He has it back again. Here's Gosling. Everything's going to centre around him. Brodie Gray once more. Is he going to take the 1-2? The Dutch, though, have it. Important to get those early touches, of course, which they're doing. And safe into the hands of Tien Krak, who is the Dutch goalkeeper. But lost on the edge of the box. Spalding gets it across the field, but it's collected again by the Dutch in the end, and Mark Hugles gets the ball clear. Goalkeeper Christian Pollitt-Brigg decides to come out and clear his lines, and does well. The chase on for that loose ball, and it's back in the penalty area with the Dutch once more. So it's an open start to this first half, as we maybe expected. Both teams are getting a good feel of the ball. It's obviously, it's been raining incessantly here for most of the day, and this pitch has taken on a lot of moisture. We should have been playing, of course, on the grass pitch away to our right-hand side, but that is kind of waterlogged. So water polo would have been the order of the day there, I think. But here's the Dutch goalkeeper, Krak. Looking for some support and finds it in De Laat. Long ball forward. 0-0. We've just been playing, a couple of minutes of this game. An early kick-off, remember. That the game was brought forward by an hour because of the weather conditions. Because there will be another game being played on this all-weather surface once this match has finished. And that's the reason why we've had to start so early. Good evening, John Douglas from Musselburgh. Looking forward to another great game. Come on, UCAF, he says. And a lot of support, obviously, for the UCAF team. Thanks to all of you who tuned in, by the way, for the game on Monday. But here come UCAF. And here's Owen James. We'll get another chance. Eventually that will run away harmlessly into the hands of the Dutch goalkeeper. Who clears his lines, but picked up by Jake Gosling. Bit of a chase on now for it. I'm sure the damage will be tidied up by Mark Drysdale. Instantly out to Brighty. Phil Bright. Well, the ball wasn't in play, it went out of play, so referee Mr. Cannard says that will be a throw to the Dutch, which will be taken by Bob Leemans, wearing number 2. Lively start from both teams, no shots yet to worry either goalkeeper, but in these early moments, both teams getting used to each other. We know it's going to be a physical encounter. It always is when UCAF play an international like this. They're taking, obviously, this extremely seriously. One of the big games of the season, this Kentish Cup, been going since 1921, believe it or not. Cross comes in, but it's dealt with well by UCAF. And Gosling will bring it clear. Straight away he finds Owen James. But James can't control it. It ends up in Dutch hands, or in Dutch feet, I should say. Bob Kuipers making his contribution. Is he going to lose out? Eventually he plays it clear, but only into the path of Elliot Holmes. Holmes takes a shot. That's the first really good shot of this game. Elliot Holmes finding the target, and it's well saved by Tyne Crack in goal. But that was given away there by the Dutch defence, and a good opportunity for UCAF in these early stages of the match to get themselves into the game. It's left into the path of the number 7. Coming through is the number 9. He touches it into the net. Well, that was a bit of a disaster at the back for UCAF. And the man who's put it in is Vincent Hoekstrasch for the Dutch. Finding Cornel Ballack, finding him. It was a bit of a miscommunication at the back, and the worst possible start for UCAF here as Vincent Hoekstrasch puts the ball in the net. Nothing really that Christian Pollitt-Brigg could do about it. And it's the Dutch who take an early lead in this Kentish Cup tie. Well, it was a bit of a miscommunication at the back there, really, that led to the goal. But the Dutch have capitalised on it, and they have the early lead in this game. So everything to do for UCAF, but they know what it's like to trail and to go behind. There won't be any worries at the moment. They will do whatever they can. Come on, Sean Powell. There's a message that's coming through from Morg's lad on YouTube. Free kick then for UCAF. The header goes in from Mark Drysdale, but that's not going to pose any problems at all for the Dutch defence. If you're just joining us, an early goal for the Dutch then. They lead by 1-0. It was scored by Vincent Hoekstraat. Throw in goes to UCAF. Phil Bright will take it. Gets it back again. Well, that is a free kick, I think, has been given, hasn't it? I think there was definitely a push there on Joe Spalding. The referee says that was an unfair challenge. So a real opportunity then for UCAF to try and get themselves back into this game as quickly as they possibly can. And it's Gosling who will take it. Flipped it into the penalty area. On the end of it is the big man, and it's Jack has got in there. Jack Wright, a fantastic header from the free kick, and UCAF are back level within just a couple of minutes of the Dutch taking the lead from the free kick on that left-hand side. Jake Gosling, and climbing above everybody else was Jack Wright to head the ball into the back of the net. It's 1-1. Well, what a fantastic start then to this first half in this Kentish Cup game. 1-1, and we've only been playing, just 10 minutes now of the match. We could have a goal fest here, ladies and gentlemen, this evening, but what a terrific response that's been from UCAF. A real blow taking that early goal, but they're right back into it. And that will be a free kick to the Dutch side. Bit of holding going on there in the centre of defence. So a chance then for them, and the man over the ball is Simon de Laat, who I seem to remember was a goal scorer for the Dutch in this fixture last year down at Haventon Waterlooville. But on the ball is number 16, that's Dylan Papakamp. Is it going to be de Laat? Is it going to be Papakamp who takes it? It looks like it's the man with the left foot. It is, he goes for it, and that had to be tipped over the bar. Or did he touch it? No, he didn't touch it, did Christian Pollitt-Brigg. But that was a danger sign once again. So both teams showing what they can do already from set pieces. And that was a whisker away from a third goal. Exciting stuff here. Laney Smith says, come on the UCAF. And Dinny van Luxembourg, Moule Dulpont. I'm not quite sure what that means, but because I don't speak Dutch, but it's great to have you watching this evening over there in Luxembourg this evening. Our European match here, the oldest European football competition. And going through is, and I just thought that Owen James there had got on the edge, and he's claiming it's a corner. Just hits the side netting in the end, but again, young Owen James, huge player, of course, just like Big Jack Wright, who's got that equaliser for UCAF. The Royal Navy's Sportsman of the Year, remember, or Young Sportsman of the Year. This is his first Kentish Cup, and what a way to celebrate by scoring a beautiful header from that set piece. More than 30,000 of you have watched the equaliser, by the way, for UCAF against the French. I'm sure we're going to get an equal number watching that equaliser as well. It remains 1-1. The French team are all watching, I think, on the far side of the field. Here's Jack Wright again, pounding his way forward. Finds Phil Bright. Goes back to Danny Kerr. Kerr will square it across the field to Brodie Gray. Gray, lovely ball through onto that right-hand side, being chased by Elliot Holmes. Gray gets it again. Here's Gosling. And Brodie Gray's gone down. I think he pulled something there. Game goes on though. Ball goes wide onto this left-hand side. Spalding beats 1, beats 2. The game goes on. Here's Gosling again on the edge of the penalty area. Shot comes in from Kerr. Phil Bright at UCAF has certainly got the bit between their teeth at the moment after that equaliser coming just at the right time for them, right at the beginning of the game. And they're still in possession, still playing it forward, and good to see that that Brodie Gray is up and running again. Took that knock, great turn. Brilliant turn again from them, but the ball now in UCAF territory. It'll be collected by Phil Bright, who'll play the ball cross field. And Jack Wright out then to Gray. He certainly seems to have run off that issue that he had, which is good. Lovely control, brilliant control from Owen James. Plays the ball out wide onto that right-hand side. It's Jake Gosling. Nice touch inside to Gray, but loses out eventually to an orange shirt. And here's Vliek. He was down as a substitute, but he's starting the game, wearing the number 8 shirt. Right. And Kerr, back to Wright again. This is good intelligent play from UCAF, keeping the ball, keeping the Dutch having to chase after it. But look at that turn, lovely stuff from Jake Gosling again, onto the edge of the penalty area. Elliot Holmes keeps the ball, and that will be the first corner kick of this game. We've had 2 goals, and this is the first corner of the match. Which Gosling is going to take. It's a beautiful in-swinger, but headed clear by Delat. UCAF, though, will keep the pressure on. Gosling again looking to get that ball into the penalty area, onto the head of a UCAF player. But it's cleared by the Dutch in the end. The wind getting up here around the stadium, around this 4G pitch. Right, great control from him, keeps the ball. UCAF just patiently working their way. Goes back to Christian Pollett-Brigg. Recently become a dad, I believe. Enjoying himself, no doubt getting a good night's sleep while he's out here. Here's Gosling, takes the shot, keeper saves it. Gosling again. But that is a territory that Jake Gosling absolutely loves, just on the outside of the penalty area. Just half a yard and he'll grab it with both feet if he can, but the Dutch bring it away here. Here's Delat. The ball stayed in play. Leemans looking for an orange shirt, but in the end it's headed clear by UCAF. The throw in then from Leemans, Bob Leemans. He's got experience of this Kentish Cup competition. Played last season over there at Haventon Waterlooville, when I have to say that the weather conditions were a little more friendly than they are tonight. On the end of that was Ere Vlusnian. UCAF trying to keep the pressure on, but the Dutch enjoying a bit of possession at the moment and just enjoying their time on the ball. They have another throw in. There's some strong players in this Dutch side. And UCAF have already found out that you can't make any slips at the back because they will grab the opportunity. Mark Hardock, the captain, lays it right wide onto the right-hand side. Cross comes in, be collected though by Danny Kerr. The right man in the right place, as he always is. Bit of a challenge there coming in on Joe Spalding, but referee says it was a fair one. UCAF will have the throw-in. Approaching 20 minutes then in this game, this Kentish Cup, the second match in the tournament here. UCAF now then breaking on the right-hand side. Jake Gosling once more. He's the man. Lovely, trying to put a through ball in, but it was collected by Hardock, who anticipated it. Holmes. Outside to Brodie Gray. UCAF just playing this ball, playing it well. And here's Phil Bright. Spalding. Referee says that was a fair challenge. Bright again. Back into Spalding. Looking for some support, decides to play it cross field. Gray. And here's Holmes. But in the end, the ball fizzles out of play. Good period of possession there for UCAF. They could have probably done with having a bit more concrete, something a bit more concrete on the end of it. But it's still 1-1 here. 20 minutes played in this first half. Bright will chase it. That's a really good challenge then coming in from Owen James, anticipating the situation. Phil Bright then pushing forward as he always does on this left-hand side. Gets the cross in. Who's on the end of it? It's Owen James. Does well to turn it, but crowded out in the end by the Dutch defence. Here's Brodie Gray. And Gosling. Back again to Holmes. Great possession here for UCAF, but what will come as a result of it? Nice turn then from Owen James, but just unable to keep the ball in the end. Just notice as well, number 19 is Kieran Feeney, who's starting this game. So he's obviously come in as a late starter for UCAF, wearing 19. Phil Bright makes the challenge, but unfortunately can't hold on to the ball. The Dutch will try and bring it clear, but great work again from Phil Bright, just tidying up the damage. Such athleticism from these UCAF players. Here's Gray. And finds Danny Kerr, the captain. Here's Feeney. Lots of great things coming down on this left-hand side. Nice turn from Feeney again, just holds off the challenges. UCAF being really patient here, but that is given away by Jack Wright. They are able to clear the damage. The Dutch couldn't make anything of that. Danny Kerr loses it out. Dutch again with an opportunity here. Bit of a slip then, but they managed to do well. The number 10 takes a pot shot. Does Simon Dalat, but straight at the goalkeeper. The Dutch just showing how dangerous they can be when they have the opportunity on the break. This is such a competitive game. We saw some great football on Monday. This is, again, some really good forces football here from these two teams, out to enjoy playing football on this artificial surface. There's a man down for the Dutch, and that is Bob Leemans, is just feeling his left ankle by the looks. And also UCAF have got a man down too. That looks to me a little bit like Joe Spalding, who is just down at the moment. Is it Joe? No. But both sets of players are going to take a little bit of a break. It's been a frantic pace in this first half, but it's 1-1. We've had two great goals, with Hoekstra scoring the goal from a mistake at the back by UCAF, and then almost immediately a brilliant reply. The free kick on the left-hand side from Jake Gosling, which was headed powerfully into the net by Jack Wright to level the scores at 1-1. So a bit of attention then is being received then to both the UCAF player and also to the Dutchman. Dutchman is up on his feet, and also up on his feet now is Owen James, just feeling his ankle a little bit. Keep those comments coming in, please. Andrew Brandon says all the best to all the teams competing tonight. But I'm sure, Andrew, you will be cheering on UCAF if you possibly can. Tom Johnson on Facebook, on YouTube says, is it just me, or does Owen James look like a taller Phil Foden? Yeah, I think I'd go along with that one, Tom, actually. And Tony Kakendall, is this really live? He says it's 11:30 here on the east coast of the United States of America. Yes, we are really live on Forces News, YouTube and Facebook this evening. We've had an earlier kick-off. The game was brought forward by an hour. That's because demands on this artificial pitch with all the rain that we've had here in this part of southwestern France over the last few days, and we certainly felt the benefits, or shall we say the non-benefits of that a little bit earlier on today here in Agen. But glad to say that so far it has remained dry for us for this first half, and let's hope it stays like that. The Dutch then in possession at the moment with their skipper, Mark Hardach. But playing around with it a bit at the back, and they can't afford to do that, so UCAF are hoping they'll do a bit more of it. And here's Joe Spalding, great turn from him. He beats off one challenge and he gets the ball back. Opportunity then for James, plays it outside to Gosling. Gosling crowded out, but the ball rips across the face of the goal. It's a really good bit of play by Brodie Gray that the Dutch scrambling to get it clear, and they do so. Here's Gray. Nice play again from, you guessed it, Jake. Is just so good. I was told he was going to be playing rather a deeper role tonight, but he seems to have pushed himself a bit further forward. Certainly making the most of opportunities that are coming his way on that right-hand side. And very potent on the left here as well, with Phil Bright and Joe Spalding. But we're on the right-hand side of the pitch once more with UCAF. The Dutch skipper Hardach gets that clear. Well, that's been given as an offside, I think, on that far side of the field. Didn't think you could be offside from a throw-in, but I think it was probably given just after the ball had got into play. 1-1 here, and we're approaching the half-hour mark in this second game of the Kentish Cup. Of course, it's the final match for UCAF here, their second game. The first game ending 1-1, a 1-1 draw with the French on Monday. And this game also tied at 1-1 at the moment. The Dutch trying to get the ball forward, but there was obviously danger for them of offside. So UCAF can clear it, but only as far as an orange jacket. Everything seems to be flowing through Delat, Simon Delat, the number 10 for the Dutch side. Ball back with their skipper again. They're happy to play the ball and play it back. Nice interception, great work then from Feeney, Kieran Feeney, and UCAF coming away with it once more. Opportunity on the edge of the penalty areas. Holmes, Elliot Holmes takes the shot, and he has put the ball in the back of the net. Elliot Holmes, terrific performance from him, and he comes to our camera to celebrate. That's absolutely brilliant play from him. Great work from Elliot Holmes on that right-hand side. He spotted the opportunity. The Dutch were caught a bit flat-footed, and Elliot Holmes made no mistake. So UK Armed Forces have come back here. They were trailing 1-0. They brought it back to level to 1-1, and Elliot Holmes has scored a terrific goal to put them in front by 2-1. So what can the Dutch do now? They've got to come back. We'll try and get back into this, but UCAF clearly deserve the lead for their positive approach they've made to this game, and particularly coming back from a goal down. They've really hammered it home in this last 15-20 minutes now. Lots of pressure, and it has produced the goal that puts them in the box seat here at the moment. 2-1, long time to go of course, but it's a sort of score that they absolutely needed. Really great work from UCAF, playing the ball on the ground, using their skills, using their pace. There's a lot of pace in this UCAF team. And that's, again, great defensive work, this time from Jack Wright. Just keeping the damage, keeping them at bay, keeping the Dutch at bay. Wright will get it back again. Nice work again. Lovely turn from Joe Spalding. Wins the throw-in though for UCAF. Wright, who scored the first goal for UCAF, scored the equaliser for them. Here's Brodie Gray coming in field. And Bright. Oh, he feeds it brilliantly through to Jake Gosling on the edge of the box. Gosling with the cross. Again, excellent work from Danny Kerr. UCAF keeping the pressure on here. They're looking for a third goal here, which would really put them in control of this match. They look capable of scoring every time they go forward. Elliot Holmes, scorer of that second goal. Once more, Joe Spalding. Plays it out to Phil Bright, looking so good on this left-hand side. Both wings really making the difference for the UCAF team this evening, really spreading the ball around. Lovely 1-2. Elliot Holmes having a fantastic game at the moment. Great header from Drysdale. UCAF keeping the pressure on here, looking for this third goal. Kerr switches the ball wide onto this left-hand side. Spalding still has it on the edge of the box. Looks for Gosling. The shot turned. Great effort from UCAF again. And this time it was Kieran Feeney very nearly getting that ball. Claims for a penalty. Ball, I think, hit the hand of the Dutch defender, but no way that was going to be given as a penalty. But UCAF really sensing blood here, smelling the opportunity for a third goal. Playing some lovely stuff on this 4G pitch here. And that will go out for another corner, a second corner of the game to UCAF. They lead by 2-1 in this Kentish Cup tie. Live here on Forces News, YouTube and Facebook. Ball goes into the, could go just about anywhere. In the end it's flighted up and the goalkeeper has to push it away, but in fact it had gone out of play already, I think. I thought he touched it over the crossbar. It went up like a rugby shot. Anyway, it's been given as a goal kick. So UCAF just have the 2 corners so far. But they also have 2 goals and they're pushing for a third here. Goals so important in this game. If UCAF can get to a really good lead here, get a really good number of goals, it'll put them very much in the driving seat for when the French play the Dutch on Friday. In the decider, edge of the box, Kerr. Ball goes back. Now in the hands of Phil Bright. Lovely cross coming in. Headed clear by the Dutch, having to really work hard at the back at the moment. It is all UCAF pressure. A bit of light relief for Team Crack, the goalkeeper, as he clears the ball long, but it's only onto the head of Jack Wright. So confident on the ball, doesn't he? The throw-in goes to the Dutch, though. Hopefully a few more messages will read out just in a moment when we have another break in play, but it's frantic stuff at the moment with UCAF very much with their tails up here. They've come back from a goal down, leading by 2-1, and the throw-in will go to the men in the orange shirts. Good evening, come on boys, says Gillian McCormick. You're doing so well. And Scott Wright says, good luck UCAF and well done Jack. We're all very proud of you watching on Facebook tonight. But still plenty of time to go in this game. Probably 7 or 8 minutes left in the first half, plus whatever stoppage time the referee decides he wants to play. The Dutch then still in their own half, finding it very difficult to make any sort of inroads into UCAF territory, but they've got an opportunity here. No, they haven't, because Brodie Gray has done a magnificent job there, snuffing that one out. They'll build again with their captain, with Harduck. But really no way forward for them. There's a white and blue wall getting in the way. UCAF defending magnificently when they don't have the ball, just challenging hard to get it back as quickly as they can. But a bit of danger now then with Balak. Picks it up, keeps it in play. Challenged though by UCAF's defence. And it's brought away very well once again by Joe Spalding, who had a terrific second half rather, against the French The free kick has been given for the challenge on him. And UCAF will be very grateful for that. Here's Mark Drysdale out onto that right-hand side then to Brodie Gray. Gray looking to put Kieran Feeney through. But he can't control it, and it'll be a goal kick. UCAF leading by 2-1 in this second Kentish Cup game. If you've just joined us, remember the match did have to start an hour earlier than was expected, so if you were tuning in expecting maybe to hear some of the preview, well, we're well into the first half here, but it's good news for UCAF fans because they do lead by 2-1 and they're pushing again for a third goal here. Right, nice ball across field. Holmes. Fair challenge, says the referee. Ball's gone out of play. It's a Dutch throw-in. Andrew Sharp says, I enjoy watching Forces News. Andrew, we enjoy having you on watching our Forces News and particularly our sports coverage this evening. Just keeping an eye on some of those messages coming through on YouTube and plenty as well on Facebook as well. UCAF giving it some more in the Dutch half. Drysdale. And here's Gosling, cross field then. Once again, UCAF threatening on the edge of the penalty area. Little back flick doesn't quite work, but it comes into the path of Joe Spalding. His shot is blocked. UCAF will win it back though, brilliantly won back. They really are totally dominating this game, and they deserve the 2-1 lead. And they'll be really hoping if they can get a third goal before half-time here that their possession and their domination really deserves. I'm sure that Ginge White is a very happy man on that touchline on the far side and outside the dugout. And they've played so well, but Kerr's given it. No, he hasn't given it away. Opportunity then for UCAF once more. Here's Gosling approaching the edge of the penalty area. Absolutely loves to be there. Holmes outside to Gray. Holmes picks it up again. Scorer of the second goal. Here's Rhys Thomas. Phil Bright does really well to keep that in play and keep the pressure on the Dutch here. It's been relentless, this pressure on the Dutch goal. Apart from the goal that they scored early on and that shot that fizzed over the crossbar, we've seen very little to worry the Dutch. And UCAF going through once more. The referee doesn't want to know. There was a real strong challenge going in there on Kieran Feeney, but the referee waved the appeals away for the penalty. Penalties hard to come by in this Kentish Cup competition so far, but here's Jake Gosling again. Good control from him, and that ball goes out of play, and it's another corner to UCAF. And from their point of view, wouldn't another goal be just what the doctor ordered just before half-time? So Jake Gosling then, with both hands in the air. Lovely in-swinging corner. Wright almost on the end of it again. Jack Wright, who got that brilliant equaliser, climbing above the Dutch defence. I think he and Owen James are probably the tallest men on this pitch. Just a couple of minutes of normal time left in this first half. And UCAF doing so well here, coming from behind to lead this game by 2-1, searching for a third goal. And it's Elliot Holmes, a scorer of that second goal. Gosling, lovely control from him, skips past one challenge, wins the throw-in on that far side. Elliot Holmes gets the 1-2, gets it back. And here's Jack Wright. And Phil Bright. And this is Joe Spalding. Bright with the cross. Low and deep to that near post. But the goalkeeper, Crack, was well in control of that one. You had to watch it very carefully. It could easily have snuck in there in that near post. And chance for UCAF to... there's a bit of chaos really inside the Dutch box there, which I know that their head coach, Chris Barkhausen, will not be too happy about. Chris, of course, who kindly joined us for the commentary on Monday night watching the UCAF team against the French. But he's certainly got his hands full here. A lot of discussions, I'm sure, to be had when he gets his players in at half-time. But the Dutch are breaking through now on that far side. And they will win the throw-in. Very little time left then of normal time in this first half. It remains 2-1 to UCAF. UCAF then had the throw-in. Bit of head tennis going on there in the centre of the field, and Phil Bright will chase that one down, see if he can keep it in play. He does really well. Good defensive work as well from the Dutch side there with Heron. Lucien does well. UCAF though pressing, looking for a third goal if they can. Into stoppage time in this first half. They lead by 2-1. And it's in the net, and the Dutch have got the equaliser. Well, absolutely out of the blue. It's another brilliant goal for them. Really just caught out of the back, and once more it is Vincent Hoekstraat who's got the ball in the net, scoring the goal for the Dutch to bring them back at 2-2. Well, just completely came out of the blue. UCAF maybe just taking their eye off the ball for a fraction of a second. They've totally dominated this game. But it's 2-2 right on half-time here. An equaliser for the Dutch. It certainly caught the commentator out, I'll tell you that. Well, UCAF have been totally in charge of this game since they took the lead. But it was brilliantly taken. Again, a long through ball, route one stuff really from the Dutch. And there was the number 9 doing what he should be doing. Hoekstraat scores the goal. And the Dutch are back in it at 2 each. 2 apiece here in this really exciting Kentish Cup tie. But UCAF coming forward once more. Elliot Holmes looking for some support. Eventually finds it on that right-hand side. Well, I thought that Brodie Gray was a bit unlucky there. The ball did just go out of play. Well, UCAF certainly caught napping there. Not a lot that Christian Pollock-Brigg could do about it. It was a long, speculative through ball, and Vincent Hoekstraat got through to get the goal. Right against run of play, and that is the half-time score here. Well, would you believe what an exciting first half we've had here? And it's all square at 2-2. Difficult to believe with the domination that UCAF have had in that first half, but lots of little hearts coming through from Dutch supporters who are watching on YouTube tonight, because the Dutch military team brought it back to 2-2. They took the lead very early on in the game after just 6 minutes through Hoekstraat, as they say. A bit of a defensive mix-up, but then UCAF coming on really strongly at the end of that after the goal went in. First of all, scoring a free kick, a brilliant header coming in from their big centre half, Jack Wright, putting the ball in from the free kick from Jake Gosling, and then a brilliantly taken solo effort as well from number 7 Elliot Holmes to give them a 2-1 lead. And frankly, UCAF could have had 3 or 4. They were absolutely dominant, but the Dutch are right back in it. It's 2-2 at half time. We're really looking forward to the second half already. But let's stay with the goal fest, shall we? Loads more goals to show you now here on Forces News. It's a wonder goal! Oh my goodness me! It's a good effort. Oh, it's a wonderful goal! Oh!
You go, I'm Rhys Thomas, and I'm Joe Spalding, and then you say, and we're reacting to 2.
I'll do hello everyone.
You don't have that. Oh no! Oh God!
The keeper's not helped him out there.
He's had a stinker, hasn't he? Shut up.
Oh!
Oh God!
Love that. Great celebration as well. Hello everyone, I'm Rhys Thomas.
And I'm Joe Spalding.
And we're 2 UK Armed Forces footballers, and we're reacting to memorable goals.
Right, Rhys, first up, Dan Kerr, UK Armed Forces versus the Dutch, Kentish Cup 2017.
What a player.
Oh, there we go, mate.
Nice. You recognise him, don't you?
No.
Where's DK?
Back stick.
Yes.
Stinks of him.
Great third man run.
Yeah.
Decent goal, that. Good move.
Yeah, yeah. Nice pitch, that, isn't it? Is that at?
Kept on.
That's a holder shot. Is it?
No, that's here, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
What about that?
Is it pumping? Right, so next we've got Marcus Ryan, OG, British Army under 23s versus Navy 23s, 2015. Marcus Ryan's not going to want to see this one.
No, no. Oh no! Oh God!
The keeper's not helped him out there.
He's had a stinker, hasn't he?
Well,
let's watch that one again.
is it a flick on, is it? Ooh,
Oh no!
off the top of the head as well.
Yeah, yeah. Want to forget for Marcus.
That's not what you want. Never mind, Marcus.
That's a good goal, this.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Top bin.
yeah. Don't ruin it for me. Hit it.
Here we go. Keeper.
It's a good goal.
Yeah, it's a good goal.
It's a great finish. She sort of dinked it as well at the same time.
Celebration to match.
A little dink. Was that the winner, was it?
I think that sealed the win, yeah.
Little dink here.
Little curler.
Like it.
Oh, shut up.
Oh,
Oh God.
love that. Great celebration as well. Getting the fans
Loves
involved
it, the
as well.
boy. Oh wow.
What a touch.
The audacity race.
Keepers in no man's land
Yeah,
there.
yeah. He's not saving that, is he?
It's another great goal.
He's done a little.
And he's,
Oh wow.
don't know what that is, stirring the pot.
Yeah.
Some good finishes here. Double.
Ben Brearley ×2. British Army under 23s versus Royal Navy 23s into services 2019. Oh, God, he's old for 23.
Oh,
Oh wow. Stanch. Nice
that
win.
is a good finish. Dug that one out.
Yeah.
Keeper didn't move either. Here we go again. Oh no.
Shut up.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Where's he gone?
Is that both feet as well? This one is Jack Debenham for RAF Coningsby versus RAF Marnham. RAF Cup 2019. He's a good little player.
He's a good lad, Jack, yeah. But
he's given us a few nightmares in the past. Long ball.
shut up, Jack.
Outside of the foot.
Yeah, love that. That's on the Coningsby station pitch, that. It's when he had hair.
That's a nice finish. Oh, the touch as well. I didn't see that.
It's not bad, is he?
Gozzy. Whipping it in. Oh,
yeah.
yes.
In off the bar, wasn't it? Oh, there's Brownie there, look.
Oh yeah, a few familiar faces here. Good head.
Yeah. Done.
Done.
Good that, yeah.
And he does it in absolute style. Army Super Cup winners.
Takes it, scores! The Navy back in front.
And Pip Wilson with a final say here.
Oh, and it's going to be an equaliser, surely it is an equaliser. And would you believe it's Brodie Gray who's got on the end of it. Oh, and it's a chance for a third for the Army. And that's a great shot, and it's in the back of the net. Well, what a cracker. Waterhouse then with the long throw. Deep into enemy territory. On the end of it, it's a goal. It's in. Jason Keelan has got the goal.
Well done.
And there we go. It's always a great moment, isn't it? Pretty clear, but and a real opportunity, and it's in the back of the net. And what a start for RAF Boomer.
Here's Chrissy Wright. This is the chance they've needed. The player manager round the
she's
keeper.
done it. Oh,
And
yeah, she's
defender
done it.
too.
What a goal.
To drag AGC back into this cup final.
We will see he's on the ball right now, but he's lost out, and it's chipped into the back of the net. Well, would you believe it? It's Owen James who's got the goal. Yeah, onside is more. Gets the shots and scores. Well, that's the third goal. He's from Bilthwells, 24 years old. The French going for a shot, and it was certainly worth an effort there. And that was Papé, Jonathan Papé with the shot, but Christian Pollitt-Brigg quickly down to make the save. The safety then from Jabello, back to his goalkeeper, but that was a little element of danger there into the French half. They have it though, just slowing this ball down. Good challenge from Kerr. Going in as well as Gosling, and this is a great opportunity then for Holmes. Goes for a right shot, and it's just turned, and it came actually off a UCAF player, so it's only a goal kick, but that could have gone anywhere, Chris, that one.
Yeah, it was a good chance, a good action.
Corner taken short. Gosling. Oh, no, it's... Well, somehow that stayed out. And that was a real chance then for Owen James. Approaching the halfway mark then in this first half. Still goalless between these two teams. That's a lovely through ball to Jabello. Beats off a defender. He's going to go for it. Well, that was...
A good shot.
It was a very good shot. It was high and wide, but my goodness me. But still 0-0. This time the corner goes long onto the edge of the box.
Okay.
And a real chance then for Jake Gosling on the break, and look how quick he is. He's really moving quickly. Jake Gosling, this is a fantastic move from him. Takes the shot.
Yes, they're gonna go.
Oh, and it's going to the net. No, it's been stopped. Oh, are they claiming a goal? No, it's
Unbelievable.
well. That was a brilliant bit of work then from Jake Gosling. Sometimes when the game is so important, the result is so important, the game suffers. But so far, not here. The big number 12 takes the shot. That's a great save from Christian Pollitt-Brigg. Brilliant save to deny. Wesley Jabello gets the cross in. Oh, that was a bit of a late one. The referee agrees. A late challenge there by Elliot Holmes. Free kick then. Is it going to go left or right? It goes that way, and that's a fabulous save again from the goalkeeper.
Oh.
And it is in the net, and the French have got the goal. Well, UCAF just took their eye off the ball just for a few moments. It was a brilliant save from Christian Pollitt-Brigg, making the initial save, but they didn't clear the ball, did UCAF, and the French have made the most of it. Here's Gosling. Lovely touch through, takes the 1-2. On the edge of the box, shoots, oh, and it's just wide. Well, that was a great bit of play then from UCAF as well, and just showing the skill that Jake Gosling has. A real chase on then, and can he keep that ball in play? Yes, he can. Great work then.
Great one from Joe Spalding.
And that's in the net! It's a goal for UCAF.
Great goal.
Oh, and it's an equaliser, and guess who scored it? It's Jake Gosling. That was brilliant on the edge of the box. Turned it and played it into the back of the net.
That was very good.
Well-deserved goal for UCAF there. Oh, a great opportunity for the French then. The ball, and he's hit it wide. Well, Ladzilas Dinimia not making the most of that chance. Approaching the penalty area, gets a low cross in. Oh, and it was again so close for UCAF. There's so much of an opportunity there for them, coming in from that wide from that left-hand side. Going for the shot and off the crossbar. Elliot Holmes. You can't get much closer than this, Chris, can you?
No, great shot.
Yeah, we're looking forward very much indeed to the show jumping, which is going to be, of course, live on Friday morning. Make a date with that, our first ever live coverage of the military show jumping final. It's been a long time for all of the riders right across the year to get themselves back into contention, of course. Only the top 8 can go through, and so we'll be enjoying that very much indeed, and hope that you can join us on Friday morning for live coverage from the XL Arena, and that is very much traditionally one of the first major events of the Christmas show jumping international horse show there at the XL. And Rupert Bell, a colleague of mine from many years ago, will be taking us through with the commentary on that. Looking forward to that very much indeed. Of course, then on Friday as well, we're going to have the deciding match in this year's Kentish Cup competition, because it'll be the French against the Dutch. And on cue, the UK Armed Forces team are coming out onto the pitch for the second half, followed by the Dutch side as well. So we're going to be away very soon for the second half of the game. Well, it was a great response, I have to say, from the Dutch side. They were completely outplayed really for large sections of that first half, but they did take the lead, of course, with Finent Hoekstra with capitalising on a bit of a mix-up at the back for the UCAF team. But what a response from the British Horses boys, because from a free kick on the left-hand side, Jake Gosling taking it, and a wonderful header from Jack Wright to level the score almost immediately. And then UCAF took the lead, and it was a super individual effort as well from them, from Elliot Holmes on the right-hand side, drilling the ball into the net past, I think it surprised everyone. It certainly surprised me, and also the goalkeeper Tijn Krak for the Dutch side. But UCAF pressed. They really knocked hard on the door, but unfortunately for them, they couldn't find a third goal. And literally, with virtually the last kick of the game, of the end of the first half, it was the Dutch who got themselves back into the game again. And it was Vincent Hoekstra again who put the ball into the back of the net to level it at half-time. So that makes it very exciting indeed, of course, as we go into the second half. Just waiting for all the players, I think just about all onto the pitch now, and the referee is getting ready to get us underway in the second half. And just a reminder that if wherever you're watching tonight, we always look forward to hearing your views, and find out where you are watching as well. And loads of people have been in touch with us as well. Great first half from UCAF there, with Brighty Fan Club tuning in as always from Preston as well. So good evening to the Brighty Fan Club. That, of course, is Angela Parr-Hill as well. Duke Peeman says, come on, toppers. And also, there's lots of messages coming through in Dutch, which unfortunately I'm unable to repeat to you because my Dutch is just not really up to standard. But I assume they're all supporting the Dutch team, and we're delighted that you're joining us from over the North Sea there, watching the game tonight here in France, in southwest France, which is where we've been based, of course, for the last few days. But we will be heading back for the coverage of the show jumping on Friday. So we won't be showing the deciding game, but we'll be obviously keeping a very close eye on how things go. It's 2-2. We're underway in the second half. The UCAF team, I'm just looking to see whether they've made any changes. Doesn't look like Ginge White has made any alterations to his team early doors in this second half. And I did actually have a little visit paid by Chris Buckhausen, the Dutch team manager. He was trying to get a message across to me, but we'd already started talking by then, so it was difficult to know. He may be giving me some indications of whether there's any changes to the Dutch team. The wind certainly picking up here, but so far, fingers crossed, it has remained dry here. The Dutch going forward once more, and their big centre forward looking for a hat-trick, because he has scored those 2 goals for the Dutch. This is going to be a really open second half. Obviously UCAF have got to go for it, and so have the Dutch as well, because they're just as determined to win this Kentish Cup as the military team from Britain are to get it back again. On that wide, on that far side of the field, the ball goes out of play, and it'll be a throw-in to the UCAF team. Phil Bright just leaving it for Joe Spalding to take. The ball now is back with the Dutch. They can bring it forward on the break, looking very dangerous. We've already shown how dangerous they are on the break. With Borgstein, ball goes wide then to the right-hand side. Ilyusinin gets the cross in, and that will be the first Dutch corner of this Kentish Cup match. So much at stake here, and of course for both teams. The Dutch have pulled themselves back into this match. They were, say, early leaders and then conceded 2. But that strike right on half-time has given them a lot of confidence, as you can tell. And they've come out in the second half in very confident mood. That was very well taken by Christian Pollitt-Brigg. Difficult swirling ball in this wind, which is blowing from sort of right to left here on the pitch. Chris Pollitt-Brigg then with the kick out. Here's Leemans. The Dutch going for the long ball. Well dealt with by Mark Drysdale. Danny Kerr back to his goalkeeper. And UCAF will try once more to build themselves into this game. Here's Jack Wright. And Gray sees a bit of space. Nice touch in from the Dutch, win it back though. Bit of a challenge goes in. And still on the floor at the moment is Rhys Thomas. He has got up now, he's limping a little bit. Felt that. Fair challenge though, says the referee. And we play on. The Dutch captain is Mark Hardoch. Really well cut out by Jack Wright there, did brilliantly well, really important challenge that he made. So confident on the ball. And that's really nicely done by UCAF there, some really high quality football from them. Getting themselves out of trouble there with Danny Kerr. Again, good stuff from UCAF. This is lovely control. Really good quality football here. Kerr again, looking for some space on that left-hand side. Phil Bright will pick it up. And he'll play inside to Thomas. UCAF hunting for a third goal here. Well, the ball from Jake Gosling. I think he knew where he wanted to go, but unfortunately the communication not quite there on this occasion. So the danger averted for the Dutch just for the moment. Looking for the long ball through once more, and Ballack going for it, but I think the offside flag has gone at the ball in the nets, but it has been given for offside. The Dutch can't believe it. It was a really good break from them, but the offside trap from UCAF paid off, and so the ball comes back. The goal disallowed. Really open start to this second half here. Well, the Dutch have probably had the better of the play so far. So the tail's very much up after getting that late equaliser at the end of the first half. Just on the back foot for so much time in the first period. But they're really confident just at the moment, and this is a difficult time for UCAF. Just got to weather this storm as best they can. The Dutch captain Hardoch again goes for a long ball through. It's a brilliant ball through too. Lovely control from the number 7. He takes the pot shot, does Balak, and it goes high and wide. But that was another warning for UCAF, because the Dutch clearly with the tactic now to, as soon as they get the ball, to push forward as quickly as possible, even if it means taking the long route option. Nice play from Phil Bright. Oof, that was a cruncher of a tackle coming in then from the big central defender for the Dutch, but it was a fair one. Again, the long ball through. This is a tactic they're going to be using, but great control again from Bright, keeping... Well, the referee says that's a free kick. The linesman's flag goes up, and it is a... It was the British Flight Lieutenant Mitchell over there on that far side who has waved the flag. An unfair challenge from Phil Bright, which the referee agrees with. There is a Dutch player just down at the moment, just receiving some attention. So we will have a quick break in play here. Chance then for UCAF perhaps to just take a bit of a deep breath here. They've been under the cosh a little bit really since the second half began. It's been the Dutch who've been the dominant force so far. Lots of Dutch comments coming through on our social media tonight with the fans of the Dutch military team getting behind their players. For long periods of that first half, it looked such one-way traffic all the time, but you can never tell with this game, can you? It just takes one little slip or one moment, and suddenly the goal can change.
You just need to switch to the headphones if that's right.
One man who's been receiving some treatment is Jordi Vlek. Well, the Dutch side, he's off the field at the moment and still feeling that left ankle by the looks. But he looks like he's going to be fit to come on. He'll have to wait just for a few minutes or for a few seconds. Free kick comes in, harmlessly though, wide, and it will be a goal kick, and Vliek will be allowed back onto the pitch. So the Dutch back up to their full complement of 11 players. Just 55 minutes played in this game, 10 minutes into the second half. We're locked at 2-2 in this fascinating Kentish Cup tie. A claim of a late challenge from the UCAF bench, which the referee agrees with. UCAF not happy with that, but to the players keen to get on with it, which they do. Holmes and Phil Bright then on the far side, looking dangerous once more on the left, using the wings. It was so potent for them in the first half. A touchback from Gosling, little chipped shot comes in from Kieran Feeney, but no trouble whatever really for the Dutch goalkeeper. A late challenge. That was a late one from Feeney. I think the referee will have a word with him. It was you really felt that one on Borgstein, I should say. Kieran Feeney just shakes his hand. All's fair on the football pitch, but he's still feeling that is Jaron Borgstein. The referee just having a word with Kieran Feeney. It's a meaty challenge to say the least. And the Dutch have got another player down at the moment. It's their number 16. It's Dylan Papakemp. Again, a man who is new to this Kentish Cup competition. He's just making his way off the field. It could well be that he is having to be replaced as he hobbles slowly off the pitch. So an unhappy ending for him, as the Dutch will make their first change of this game. And the substitute is Rens Viggers, who has come on. It looks like he's going to take up an attacking position. And talking of attacking positions, once again it's that dangerous number 9 who has got himself into a strong position, but well challenged by Phil Bright there, as UCAF try to get some sort of foothold in this second half. It's been all the Dutch so far, but UCAF with some promise here. And here's Joe Spalding. Beats off one challenge. Plays it in field. It's a great shot and it's in the net! It's a goal for UCAF. And it's Danny Kerr who has got the goal. Well, he picked up the corner, the ball through. Superb work then from Joe Spalding. Danny Kerr spotted the opportunity, and from around 25 yards out, he's hammered it into the back of the net, and UCAF are back in the lead. Well, it was a superb effort from Danny Kerr. Just checked himself and then really smashed it low past the goalkeeper. No chance, really. Well, it's a terrific goal from Danny Kerr. Captain's goal there to put UCAF back in front in this Kentish Cup tie. They deserve it for their first half performance, but they've been up against it, really, in the second half. So we're in for a real roller coaster ride now here, as we're very much into the hour just about played, so around about half an hour left. I've got a feeling though that the goals are not going to dry up just yet. And here's Brodie Gray. UCAF would love to get another one now and really cement a position. Oh, great performance, great work from Jake Gosling there. Finds Jack Wright. Motoring his way into the opposition half of the field. Kerr again gets stuck in. Well, the Dutch player went down. That was a real yell. It looked like a fair... But that certainly wasn't a fair challenge, I'm afraid, by Mark Drysdale. A challenge on Vincent Hoekstra. 2 goals already for the Dutch. And he's a real danger man for them. A little pat on the back there for Mark Drysdale. I'll say these guys know how to battle it out, that's for sure. And they're certainly doing so far. But the Dutch then have a free kick then on this left-hand side, which Simon de Laat will take. Great defensive work by Drysdale. And UCAF will look for another goal here. moving really fast down the wing. The flag has not gone up for offside. The Dutch were looking for an offside decision, but it wasn't given. And here's Jake Gosling, lots of space for him to work in, beats one man, takes it wide before he's chopped down, and he will receive the free kick. Gosling still down on the pitch. Well, I'm sure the reactions from the British Forces bench there were amazing when that goal went in. I don't think Danny Kerr scores that many goals, but this is absolutely priceless for UCAF at the moment in their quest to return the Kentish Cup back to the United Kingdom. Now 3-2 in front here in France. And can they hold on? Can they indeed add to the score? Well, free kick then from Gosling. Floated in, and Gosling will get it back again. Beating off a couple of challenges. Gray with a ball in, and it's collected by the goalkeeper in the end. Brody Gray's getting that cross in, and it was good work from UCAF. Pushing for a fourth goal here, leading by 3-2. Really exciting match, and it's going to really spread itself out now. The Dutch are going to have to go for it. Their tactics might have to change. They were certainly playing the long ball game, looking to free up Hoekstra. But UCAF, having dominated when they took the lead last time, will want to make that happen again, and this time get the goals to show for it. Drysdale, crossfield ball into the path of Phil Bright. Nice turn from Feenin, but the referee says that was a fair challenge from the Dutch defender. Real challenge on the Dutch captain, Van Hardach, but the Dutch now have the ball with their keeper, lays it across onto that right-hand side, and Bob Leemans. Long ball downfield, the referee says it stayed in play, so the Dutch will try and move it forward, the throw-in. There's going to be a change now for UCAF. They are making a change then. And the man going off is Kieran Feeney. The Royal Marine has played his part today. And UCAF bringing on their first substitute of this game. The man who has come on for them is Sean Powell. Powell, of course, who did start the game against the French. He's come on as a substitute now. He took a bit of a knock, but he'll be really keen to get back into this immediately and start or finish what he started basically against the French just a couple of days ago. There's a tall order for the UCAF team when you think about it. They've had a tough game on Monday and just had 24 hours before taking to the field here again. You couldn't tell the fitness levels that these players are showing is absolutely fantastic. They'll be able to have a bit of a relax later on tonight, and for them they'll be happy to be celebrating, of course. Here's Jake Gosling. Lovely through ball, but headed clear by the Dutch. Hint of a handball there, but no claims coming from the UCAF players. Good work from Danny Kerr again. It's a well-trodden path, and it's working really well for UCAF here with Brody Gray. Right-hand side finds Gosling, looking for some space. UCAF keeping the pressure on here very much as they did for the majority of the first half. Can they make something out of this? There's a good cross coming in from Phil Bright. Powell going in for it. Good pressure from UCAV here. Looking for a fourth goal, which would surely put the game beyond the Dutch, but with the way this is going, who knows? Really nice work again. Kerr on the edge of the penalty area. He goes for another shot and he gets another goal! Well, that was brilliant from Danny Kerr. Once again on the edge of the penalty area, he has struck. It's a fourth goal for UCAV. Danny Kerr is on the verge of a hat-trick. Fantastic goal. Well, what a strike that was from Danny Kerr. We thought the first one was good, but that absolutely flew into the top right-hand corner of Tyne Krak's net. And UCAV now have a 2-goal cushion here. They lead by 4 goals to 2. That was a superb goal. Don't think Danny could quite believe it. Amazing goal then from Kerr to really give UCAV an opportunity here for a good victory. And the more goals they can score, of course, the better their chances of claiming this Kentish Cup back, with the French taking on the Dutch on Friday. But the French players, quite a lot of them spread all around the ground here, but once again forces UCAV coming forward with Phil Bright, edge of the penalty area, shoots, goalkeeper makes the save, and it's a corner to UCAV. Well, this has been a sensational few minutes for UCAV here in this second half. They were really up against it for probably the first 10 minutes, but in the last 5 or so, they have absolutely made it their own. Comes across, header just wide, and that will be a goal kick. And the man who got up there for the header was the big number 20, Owen James. Danger averted just for now for the Dutch team. But UCAV really with their tails up here. They have a 2-goal cushion now against the Dutch forces, leading by 4 goals to 2. Remember, they went behind, went 2-1 up and conceded just on half-time to make it 2-2. And since then, Danny Kerr, well, he's written his name on the Kentish Cup already. And here come UCAV again with Elliot Holmes, scorer of the second goal. It's all UCAV. The Dutch finding it hard to get out of their own half. Well, the challenge then from Kerr, adjudged to be an unfair one. So Dutch skipper Major Mark Haddock will take the free kick. His yellow armband glowing in this floodlight, artificial light on this artificial pitch. Haddock again does well, holds off a couple of challenges. Borgstein. Heavy challenge going in. The referee says it was fair. Here's Kuipers. The Dutch trying to get a bit of element of control into their play. But when you're 2 goals down and you're chasing the game, you've got to start taking chances. And they know that UCAV are absolutely lethal on the break, as they've already shown. Just challenging for every ball. I think there were 2 balls on the pitch at the same time. So the referee has asked for the throw-in to be retaken in front of the In fact, it's a UCAF ball, a UCAF throw-in, not a Dutch throw-in as they thought. "72 minutes played here." And once more, it's Brodie Gray breaking down on this right-hand side. Looked like a bit of a late challenge there on him, and the referee agrees. I think that's going to be a free kick rather than a throw-in. Yeah, very late challenge, really, by the big number 5, by Mark Hogarth. Free kick then, taken by Gosling. Floated in, the goalkeeper fluffs it, but he was fouled, says the referee. And so there's so much power in that UCAF attack there. So Jake Gosling's free kick looked quite harmless, really, the challenge, but he went down like a sack of potatoes, didn't he? And so the referee said free kick. Dutch then trying to get themselves back in, trailing by 2 goals here, 4-2 in this really exciting Kentish Cup tie. Different Price, who of course used to manage this team up until a couple of years ago, says he loves, skipper loves a Kentish goal or 2. Well, he's got 2. Might there be a hat-trick? You just never know, do you? Brian Spalding says it was an unbelievable 4th goal, and it really was, right out of the blue, but he hit it so sweetly. You just knew it was going to fly into the back of the net. It's goals like that that make this game so special, and UCAF have a chance once more to add to that if they can, breaking forward on the left-hand side of the field. Jack Wright. Mark Drysdale. Lovely through ball from the number 8. Jake Gosling finds Wright. They've used the wings so well, both the right and the left wings tonight. Have UCAF caused untold danger to the Dutch. Here's Kerr. Captain fantastic. Here's Luke Gosling. Tries to beat 1 man, tries to beat 2. Well, he went down. The referee says it was a fair challenge, which I tend to agree with, but Danny Kerr. UCAF hunting a 5th goal here. A 3-goal cushion would be just what they need to see what the French can do against this Dutch side, who have shown already that they're no mugs. And I'm sure lots of notes are being taken by Francois Pitti, the French head coach, on that far side of the field. Maybe the French team are watching our coverage here tonight. But here's Phil Bright. Plays the ball inside. Gosling. And Rhys Thomas. Back to Gosling again. Playing little triangles at the moment, trying to find a little bit of space. Nice ball out again to Brodie Gray. Gray runs inside onto the edge of the penalty area. Here's Holmes. And Danny Kerr, at the centre of everything at the moment. Is there going to be a 5th goal here for UCAF? Here's Gosling. Beats 1 man into the penalty area. Well, was he challenged unfairly? Says the players seem to think he was. Almost going for an impossible ball there, but was he impeded? The referee says no. There was certainly a very strong challenge on him. And the referee has said no penalty. Well, the Dutch having to survive one once again, an onslaught of pressure from the UCAF team. Another change being made by the Dutch. Going off for them is number 11, Jaron Borgstein. His game is done after 76 minutes. Just a quarter of an hour left in this Kentish Cup tie. And it's another striker who's come on. Another big, tall striker for the Dutch. Throwing everyone they can now up front. And straight away the number 19, who is Bram de Boer, gets himself into the game. Nice ball across, aiming for de Boer, but headed well by Phil Bright. And here's Thomas. Beats one challenge, but can't beat off another. Again, the chase is on for that. Brilliantly cleared, though, by Mark Drysdale. Been a couple of slips from the UCAF defence tonight, which had let in the Dutch. And that is a really good effort, and what a great save that was from Christian Pollitt-Brigg. That effort from, well, it must have been, what, 50 yards out, almost from his own half of the pitch. Really great effort from the captain, from Mark Harduck, and that was a terrific save from Christian Pollitt-Brigg, because that really could easily have flown into the net. He saw him off his line and made the save. Well, the corner is going to have to be retaken. Comes in now from Delat. It's an in-swinger, and it eludes absolutely everybody and floats harmlessly wide. But what a great effort that was from captain Mark Harduck, and an equally brilliant save from the goalkeeper. UCAF on the break, quickly, with Jake Gosling. Gosling still keeping possession. Owen James looking for a white shirt, but it only finds an orange one. And that was an unfair challenge, says the referee, which the Dutch will gladly accept. Into the last 12 minutes or so of normal time here. And Jake Gosling collects, keeps it in field, keeps it in play. Off. And then was unfairly challenged, says, no, he wasn't unfairly challenged, but Jake's gone down. Just having a look to see whether it was off the ball, actually, an off the ball challenge, but referees saw nothing wrong with it. Jake is back in action again, which is good. UCAF just need to be careful here. They don't want to give away this 2-goal lead that they've got by looking for another one. But they lead by 4 goals to 2, which is a great position for them to be in at this stage in the game. 10 minutes to go. Plus whatever added time the referee wants to put on. Here in this Kentish Cup game, kicking off an hour earlier than we expected yesterday. This pitch is going to be in action a bit later on tonight for another game, a local match here. The 4G pitch, of course, coming to their own when the grass surfaces are underwater or waterlogged. We got down here this afternoon, and lots of youngsters doing their regular Wednesday training session here in the pouring rain, I have to say, and thoroughly enjoying it. Drysdale's ball didn't quite reach his man. And once again, here's the dangerous number 9. The ball squared across. Number 9 takes a shot, and once again, Christian Pollitt-Brigg makes the save. That was the substitute. That was de Boer who got the shot in. UK, just be careful at the back. It's getting pretty competitive out there. The Dutch desperate to get themselves back into this game. But they've got to find 2 goals at least in the next 9 or 10 minutes that we have left. Danny Kerr's 2 magnificent efforts in this second half have given UCAF a 2-goal cushion here. They lead 4-2. That was a nice turn there by Rhys Thomas. And the referee says he was unfairly brought to the ground. And it will be a free kick to UCAF. That was Sean Powell who went to ground. My apologies. UK Armed Forces Football say we hear you, bright family. I think UCAF are doing their own tweets on the far side of the field. Well, some words being had as UCAF make another change, and the man who's going off is Brodie Gray, who's had a terrific game for UCAF as he leaves the field. And so another change being made by Ginge White, another central defender coming on, and it's Liam Smith of the Royal Air Force who has come on to replace Brodie Gray, obviously just to shore up things with Brodie very much an attacking wing back. So is this an indication that maybe UCAF are just wanting to steady the ship here, manage this game now, knowing that the Dutch are really going to be wanting to push for it. They can't afford to let another goal in. 1 goal probably won't be enough against the French, but 2 might just be to bring this Kentish Cup in its 90th year of competition back to the United Kingdom. That was a foul, referee says. A challenge coming in from Selim Guzelvert was an unfair one. UCAF then have a chance now with Jake Gosling. Tries to beat her for a couple of challenges but can't. The Dutch now have it with their captain who has gone forward now, really pushing for a goal, and that's a foul. A challenge coming in from Joe Spalding on the 2-goal man, Vincent Hoekstraat. And in fact it's the first yellow card of the game has been brandished to Joe Spalding for that challenge. The Dutch still feel they have a chance here to get something out of this game. Time is running out for them though. They've got around 5 minutes plus stoppage time. I reckon we'll have maybe 3 or 4 minutes of that. So they'll feel they still have a chance. If they can get a goal now, it's going to make for a very interesting finale. The shot, high and wide, comes in from the number 17. Or was it number 12? Yeah, it was Guzel Yurt who had the shot. Would have done very well in rugby union, that I think. A clear 3 points, I think, in rugby union. Great work from Phil Bright again, good header, well directed. The Dutch have it back, they decide to go back to their defence. Keepers, back to the goalkeeper, as Crack hoofs it forward. And here comes the Dutch once more, but that won't be any problem at all for Christian Pollet-Brigg. No chance for either of the goals really that the Dutch scored. The first one right at the beginning of the game to take the lead, and the second one an equaliser right on half-time. But in this second half, UCAF had to weather an early storm, but they produced a terrific second half performance and lead by 4 goals to 2 thanks to 2 great strikes from Danny Kerr. Bit like Goldust, I think, Danny Kerr goals, and he's got 2 when it really matters here. UCAF now having to concentrate on defence. That's great work again from Phil Bright on that left-hand side. He's had a terrific game. And he is fouled. And big shouts coming from the UCAF bench. And that is a yellow card being brandished to the Dutch player who pulled him down. I think that actually was Guzelyurt. Paul Willett says the skipper's on fire. You're not wrong there, Paul. This time a free kick goes the Dutch way. The last couple of minutes then of normal time here. UCAF with a 4-2 lead here in this Kentish Cup tie. There's a header from Liam Smith. Only into the path though of Hardik. And he still has it. UCAF looking to close down, but the Dutch still pressing and still looking for something to get from this game. At times they've played some lovely football this evening. Here's Dalat. Finds Hardik. And an attempt on goal from the substitute De Boer. It takes a deflection and it will therefore be another corner to the Dutch. I think they've outscored UCAF in terms of corners tonight, but UCAF crucially have outscored the Dutch in terms of goals. Comes in quickly, it's a good in-swinger, and there was a man on the end of it, but he heads it over the bar. Danger cleared for UCAF. As we head into the last minute then of this game of normal time, and whatever added time the referee wants to add. And there's a yellow card, I think, coming for Christian Pollitt-Brigg for a bit of time wasting, taking rather longer than he needed to take the goal kick, but Chris won't worry too much about that, I don't think, not at this stage in the Kentish Cup competition. A chance for them to break through with Joe Spalding challenging the goalkeeper. The secret for UCAF now is keep the ball in the Dutch part of the pitch. The Dutch once again looking to break, but there's a lot of space if UCAF can make something of it, and they could easily get a 5th goal here if they play their cards right. It's a great shot. Again, a pot shot coming in this time, and it was a really good effort from Sean Powell, the Royal Navy man. It goes through a corner. This is what UCAF want. Another goal here will be absolutely priceless for them, and that is a free kick on the edge of the box. It's been given away by Guzelyurt. And a yellow card again being brandished, this time to Elliot Holmes. It must have been for something that he said to the referee, because UCAF have got the free kick. But dangerous situation for the Dutch here to defend. Remember, they're trailing 4-2 here. They've got very little time left, as we're into stoppage time now here. The free kick comes in, sprayed wide for a corner. So Elliot Holmes will take this corner. Suspect it might be taken short, but UCAF certainly keeping a couple of men back to make sure there's no danger of a break from the Dutch side. Holmes then with the corner. It goes long. Oh, and it's so nearly nodded into the net there by the number 18, by Joe Spalding, but he only heads it just wide. Not a lot of point really in the Dutch playing the offside here. They've got to drive forward, but this is playing right into the hands of Gosling. Shoots! Oh, and it's just fractionally wide. Oh, he's so close to a 5th goal there. My goodness me. That really would have been topped it all off for UCAF if they could have got a 5th goal. But still time. Going to be lots of spaces, lots of gaps for UCAF to exploit. Here's Smith. Joe Spalding trying to put his man through, but the Dutch are able to deal with it, and they'll bring it forward again. The long game. Here's De Boer. Will chase after it, challenged by Smith. Bit of support coming in from the captain, and he'll have a go for goal. It's headed back onto the face of the goal. And UCAF clear it. Desperate times this. Desperate for the Dutch to try and get a goal back. Desperate for UCAF to hold them. De Boer unable to keep that in play. And Ryan Paddock says, go on then, Danny Kerr, who's the keeper waving at? I don't know who the keeper's waving at. But there's a chance now for UK Armed Forces, and Spalding takes the shot. Thomas, I should say, takes the shot. It goes wide. It will be another corner. And it's so interesting to see, isn't it, that UCAF are just sort of playing men forward, taking those opportunities when they can. Sean Powell it was. Ball comes in, and it's in! It is a 5th goal for UCAF. Well, they absolutely deserve it. It was so well taken. 5 goals to UCAF. And on the edge of the box, looks like it might have been Jack Wright who got it again. Well, it's 5-2 to the UCAF. And I'm pretty sure it was Jack Wright who got that. He just took it from the edge of the box and planted it into the net. This is dreamland for UCAF. 5 goals to 2. They lead here against the Dutch Armed Forces. It's a real opportunity for them now to claim the trophy back. The French will know exactly what they'll have to do. They'll have to score. They'll have to win by 4 as it stands at the moment. Probably 3 actually, because I think that would probably mean that it would be they would retain it. But anyway, let's see whether UCAF, during the time that's left, can get another goal. 5 goals to 2 they lead here. And I think overall, you know, they deserve this 3-goal cushion, because for their pressure in the first half and in the second, they absolutely deserve it. Opportunities still going for it. The more goals they can score, the better. UCAF have really played well in this game, but for a couple of defensive slips, which they'll be annoyed about, they've come back and they really have dominated this match against a talented Dutch side. Let's not forget. Danny Kerr, 2 goals for him this evening. Still going for it, the UCAF, looking for yet another opportunity, yet another goal. The more they can score, of course, the better their chances of winning this trophy back. Great work again from Elliot Holmes. Off. He's taken it. Well, the defender claiming innocence, but it's not how the referee sees it. We've played now nearly 5 minutes of overtime here. And can UCAF make it 6? It would be unbelievable for them if they could. And the man who is on the ball with this free kick, Jake Gosling, floats it in, aiming for Smith. Challenges going in left, right and centre. They're just really non-stop. There's Kerr. Jake Gosling again. No foul, says the referee. The captain, Harduck, bringing it forward for the Dutch as they look to try and get a 3rd goal here. It's been a terrific effort from both teams here, it has to be said. We've had 7 goals in this game. It must be one of the best Kentish Cup games we've seen for a long, long time. And a chance then for UCAF once more. Here's Danny Kerr. Well, I think the referee has blown full time. He has. It was just a single blast of the referee's whistle. But my goodness me, what a terrific performance that was from UCAF. They've won by 5 goals to 2 and have given themselves such a great opportunity to get themselves the Kentish Cup back. It's been magnificent from them, and lots of handshaking going on now. The two teams have given their all out there on the pitch. But UCAF, well, what an extraordinary performance from them. They really have nailed it this evening. Produced some excellent stuff. And Dan Rogers says Jack Wright, man of the match. Tom Preston says great result. Sam Atkinson, great result. And well done, UCAF. And Tom Preston says get in there. It's been well, it's been really exciting stuff. We're going to see if we can get some reaction from the UCAF immediately. I'm sure they'll be very happy to come and talk to us about a performance like that. Of course, there's no handover of any trophies here tonight. Quite interesting if UCAF, of course, had won the game against the French on Monday, whether we would have had any sort of presentation of the Kentish Cup tonight. I would doubt it. But there's an awful lot of embracing going on, and I can imagine that Darryl White, Ginger White, is a very, very happy man because his team tonight have performed magnificently. 5-2 the result here. It's a sort of result that they could only have dreamt of going into the game, especially having obviously tied the first match. Now they're in a huddle at the moment, and absolutely right too. But UCAF are looking very much for the opportunity to win this cup back. And we're sending Kath Brazier is heading in that direction to see if she can get hold of someone to talk to immediately from the UCAF team, because they really have produced something very, very special tonight to get themselves into a strong position in this Kentish Cup. I'm sure that we're hoping to hear from Danny Kerr, the captain, and played a magnificent captain's role this evening. And let's give credit to the Dutch as well, because they never stopped fighting, they never stopped trying to get themselves back into this game, even after they went down by a couple of goals, and then it was suddenly a 3-goal defeat as well. But they kept plugging away, kept trying. They'll feel that maybe the scoreline is a bit unfair on them, and well, we'll just see what they have to say very, very shortly, hoping to hear from them. We're just sort of going over there at the moment, just having a bit of a debrief, which you can imagine. But I hope that you've enjoyed our coverage here tonight, because it's this is Forces football at its very, very best, and our UCAF team deserve all the praise they can get, really, for the way they have performed tonight, the way they've come out onto the pitch. They haven't changed their style, they've kept the style going, but they really have given it absolutely all, and they've got their just rewards. 5 goals they've scored tonight, which is a terrific performance from them. And as I say, we're just waiting now to see if we can hear something from the UCAF team. They're making the most of this to have a team photo, a team picture, which they well deserve, in front of a goal in which they scored a couple of goals tonight. This is salad days for this UCAF team, and I know that those of you who've been involved with the UCAF football over the years will be particularly proud of the way they've come here to France this evening, as they did on Monday, and produced an excellent performance, a performance that deserves this 5 goals. As you can see from that picture there, they're a bunch of very, very happy young men, and they deserve to be as well. It's been a truly excellent performance, possibly one of the best performances that we've ever seen from the UCAF team. And I think they're just going to get a couple of people for us to talk to. Kath is just preparing to talk to a couple of players, hopefully, and get some reaction. It looks like Danny Kerr is standing by and ready to talk to Kath Brazier.
Yeah, it should be on now.
Okay, we're here with winning UCAS skipper Danny Kerr. Danny, I mean, how was that? It looked great.
It looked what, sorry?
It looked great.
Yeah, it is. I don't want to start on a negative, but the 2 goals we conceded were not good enough in our book. But yeah, 2-2 at half time. We knew we went in 1-0 down against the French that we could pull it back when we got the couple of goals. It was hard work. Listen, we played 48 hours ago. They've not played yet. A few tired legs in the end. We had to keep the ball well, and luckily some of the shots come off. So yeah, happy.
I know that you as a team, and Ginger was saying you wanted to go in and just play your game. Presumably, obviously, conceding 2 goals wasn't part of that. But 5-2 is still a pretty good cushion.
Yeah.
You're never satisfied.
5-0 would have been better. I suppose it all depends on what the Dutch can do against the French. Listen, we're in it. We didn't want to come here on Wednesday. We've got another 3 days here and be out the competition. We know that we needed to get a result on the first day against the French. We did. We knew we needed to win today. Win was first and foremost, and then can we get a bit of a cushion? We've put ourselves in a good place. Could have been better, and we're here now, so we're in the competition, and we'll see.
I know you're very much a team man and not about personal milestones, but your first goal was amazing. What an absolute screamer for your second.
Yeah, I mean, I think the keeper let me off with that. He put it in the goal, the first one. The second one, I think it's just because we knew we needed goals. I might have played it safe every other time, but turned the bloke and it was just there. There was a bit of space, so I just hit it as hard as I could. I didn't know where it was going to go. Went top bin, so I'll take that.
The Dutch, having played both sides now, I'm not saying call a score for Friday's match, but can you see where the Dutch could sort of sneak a few goals or get a win, and where the French were stronger? Yeah,
the Dutch, they were quick on in behind. That long ball caught us out a couple of times. We had to adapt at half time with a little tweak from the gaffer to try and stop that. Not to stop the ball at source, but to deal with the ball over the top. And they were a threat there. Every time they went forward, I thought they were quite threatening, which is hopeful for us. The French will dominate possession, and hopefully they don't score too many. And yeah, we want to win.
You are staying around till the weekend. You're here for that match on Friday. It could go either way, but generally, I think you can walk away with your head held high from this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the 2 performances have been very good. Stand fast, them two sloppy goals. They were sloppy. I don't want to keep going on about them, but really good performances against the French. They're a very good side, and I think at the time, playing in the game, I wasn't sure how good we were, and then I watched it back, and I think we dominated them. We had the better chances, more chances, and again today we dominated them as well. Possibly could have scored a couple more as well. So really happy with the 2 performances.
Oh, congratulations, and your tournament's now over, and I hope let's keep our fingers crossed for Friday.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Great. Thanks, Danny. Cheers. All right, bye.
Well, a true captain's performance then from Danny Kerr tonight, and what a team performance from UCAF. They have won by 5 goals to 2 here. They've given themselves an excellent opportunity. Well, they can't do any more now, of course, with the French taking on the Dutch on Friday. Lots of interest is going to be in that. Can the French do what UCAF have done here tonight? We will have to wait and see. But from me, John Knighton, from Kath Brazier and all our team, Chris on cameras and all the team back in the UK, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed a breathless game and an excellent performance and win for UCAF by 5 goals to 2. From all of us here, a very good night.